is getting a job easier or tougher now? And look at what the survey says. 62% are saying it has become more difficult to get a job. 62%, that's 6 in every 10 in a 10,000 person survey. State the same is 18%, easier is 12%. We also asked a follow-up question, who is responsible for these shrinking jobs? Union government 21%, that's the central government. State government 17%, and 57% said both. So it isn't as if the blame is only going to one government. There's the Modi government at the center, and there are a number of opposition governments as well in the states. That, in a sense, Rajat Sethi, reflects maybe what many people believe, that there is a sense of growing frustration, anti-incumbency, some would say against whoever is in power. It could be your local MP, it could be your state government, it could be the center. People are feeling that neither of them are resolving their real problems of jobs.
Rajdeep, there are 2-3 parts of your question. The first part is, if you were to analyze issues, Modi itself is an issue. So when it's a 2024 national general election, people will not vote for issues. It'll be a referendum on Modi. They'll pick and choose whether they want Modi at the helm of affairs or not. And if that becomes, all of these issues get trumped and pushed aside. That is number one. Number two is, all respect to Professor Saab, some of these questions seem leading. And, it's very, very tricky when you ask somebody who's been in the labor force for the past 5 years. You're asking them whether it was easy or not in the past 5 years, 5 years before as compared to now. I don't understand what kind of a mindset is that surveyee going to get into. How is the comparison? What benchmarks is that person trying to deploy to analyze his own sort of experience in job hunting? So this means for the 4 or 5 years, that person who has been interviewed did not end up getting a job. He was hunting a job in 2019 and found it relatively easy looking for a job.
Let me ask that to Professor Kumar. Rajat, you raised an important point. Let's get clarity from Sanjay Kumar. Sanjay Kumar, were these open-ended questions? Rajat Sethi is saying that these questions seem to be leading questions. Your response?
Rajat may have believed that these are leading questions, but I think the way we designed the question, it was very simple, and we should not forget, this is a perception thing. We are not juxtaposing it with the actual data, whether in 2019 how many people had job, and in 2024 what proportion of Indian population had job. This is the perception. You ask someone on the street whether you think getting a job is easier now compared to the past, and I do get a sense, even if I had not done the survey, a very large number of people say getting a job is very difficult. Every industry, the TV industry where at this moment we are sitting and discussing this, ask the cameraman, ask the people in this industry, and they will all say, job bachana mushkil hai, naukri milni mushkil hai. I'm just citing one example. Go on the street, ask anyone.
Let's not go by anecdotes, sir. You are a
professor. One minute. Rajat, 1 minute. What Professor Kumar is saying...
These are not anecdotes.
This
is not anecdote.
Yeah, but you're saying it's perception.
What you are saying is anecdotal.
No, 1 minute. 1 minute, Rajat. Professor Kumar, you're saying this is a perception survey. The perception people have that it is difficult to get a job. Absolutely. Am I correct? Right? It doesn't necessarily translate into political preferences.
Absolutely. This is a perception survey.
Okay, it doesn't translate necessarily into your political preferences. As we saw in the Mood of the Nation, a number of 72% felt the job situation was serious or somewhat serious, but it didn't necessarily mean that their voting preferences had changed. So, Rajat Sethi, you get an answer that this is perception. The perception is not... No, this has not created a feel-good perception.
Can I come in?
Rajdeep, for that you have to wait for the more stories to come tomorrow and day after.
Okay.
Wait for more stories to come based on the survey tomorrow and day after. Don't jump on the conclusion.
Okay.
But we should remember that this is a perception survey. In the survey we ask perception.
This is why I'm saying it's such a technical topic that you have a whole Ministry of Statistics and Planning, which actually does this, and they don't ask a voter that what were you thinking 5 years back. What typically is, it's a moving survey. these surveys are done at regular intervals to understand like how easy it is to sort of find a job or whatever it is. Bureau of Labor Statistics of the US does a fine job looking at a lot of frequent indicators into this. This assessment, perceptional assessment, all of these seem quite muddled into each other. There is a political intent also in the backdrop. On top of it, you're trying to bring. So it's from a pure statistical standpoint, I don't see this as a pure survey that way, which doesn't have any.
Can I just stop you? No. While you say that,
my understanding, sir, all respect to you.
No, I take your point that you believe because it is perceptional, you cannot make the leaps of faith.
This is not how surveys are done, is
Sir,
what I'm
the
saying.
fact though is that it sends out the signal that there is no great feel-good factor. Am I correct, Professor Kumar? Purely there, as a perceptional survey, it doesn't show that people seem to be happy with the condition. If such a substantial number of people are saying it is difficult to get a job in their perception, there's no positive flavor that I get from this survey. Am I correct?
Absolutely. On the issue of jobs, unemployment and price rise, there is no feel-good factor about the current government. At least this is coming out from the data, and I agree to this perception that on this limited aspect about job, price rise, unemployment, there is no feel-good factor.
Okay.